Welcome to the channel. Today we got this log splitter here that's leaking gas, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. It's going to be the same for pretty much any lawnmower, small engine like this. Let's dig into it. Start by pulling this air filter cover off. Now we'll pull this air filter housing. There's a breather tube right here in the back that we're going to pull out. Pull the cover off. Fuel's already off on it, so we'll pull the fuel line. Now we'll disconnect this spring and linkage. Pop the linkage. We're just going to pop this plastic piece, this retainer, and then lift up on the linkage. This carb is fighting me a little bit coming off, so I'm going to pull these studs so I can rock it. Oh, look at that. It's because you have to pull the studs. There's a small retainer in there underneath this gasket. Alright, let's go pull this bowl and see what we got. Just unscrew these two screws for the bowl. Just didn't quite feel like that Phillips was going to do it. Maybe I just got scared, who knows. Alright, so we're relatively clean inside. But we want to look at our needle valve assembly. So we're going to pull that pin, lift the float out, and get a look at this needle valve and the seat. Looks like it just sits right down in plastic here. So I imagine that's got a seal on it as well. Well, we can see right there, there's a little dirt in that. The needle valve itself doesn't look horrible. It seems to travel free. No dirt in the bottom of that. But there is an O-ring down here as well. And that could have failed. There's some dirt right down underneath where this seals. Picked up this universal kit off Amazon to rebuild these. There's extra parts in it, but got what we need to do this one. Start by clearing this junk out. You can use carbon choke cleaner. I think this air is going to do the trick. Pull the old seal off. Pull the O-ring out. Oh yeah, she's sticky. That's probably why it was leaking. This thing is weathered. Blow through all the other passages. Put the new O-ring in. I'm going to lube it with a little bit of two-stroke oil. Grab the new jet and the O-ring. It just drops down in there. I'm going to put this O-ring on here actually. Put the gasket on this. Now set the carburetor onto this base. Put our needle valve on the float. We lost a little piece of felt right here, so we need to replace that so that doesn't suck junk down into the carburetor. Remove these two screws here. You just pull out that shaft and slide on our new felt. Pop this back in. Put our plate back in. Start one of the screws. Turn it backwards until you feel it click so it seats. Just like that. It ensures you don't cross thread it. Now we can put it back on. I probably should have cleaned that up a little bit. Maybe I'll cover these ends and clean that real quick. Now we'll put the carb back on. And before we go crazy, I'll go ahead and turn the fuel on. See if it still leaks. Add our air cleaner gasket, air cleaner base. Drop that clamp down on the fuel line. Now we'll set the air box in. See if it runs. Try it with no choke first. Choke it. Fixed. I'll put a link to the kit in the description. It was definitely a universal kit, but I was able to make it work. Doesn't leak anymore. Still runs great.